Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of our time. Everybody knows him and his mantra, value investing. He is also a strong critic of day trading. He even once compared it with gambling.
Hire people to gamble, and they gamble in stocks, incidentally, too. Day trading, I would say, very often came very close to gambling as defined.
But there was a person who proved Buffett wrong. He not only earned profit from trading, but outperformed Buffett by a large amount. Warren Buffett brought an average rate of return of 21%, whereas he brought 66% rate of return. And he does not for a year or two, but whole 30 years. Even if you started with just a mere dollar, that would have become more than $4 million in those 30 years. While with Buffett, it would have been mere $304. How Jim Simmons managed to have such an astonishing rate of return for such a long period of time, doing what most people call gambling. So let's get started. While getting his first PhD at University of California, Berkeley, Simon had his first encounter with stocks. He got up early each morning to drive to Merrill Lynch's office in LA, just in time for the opening of Chicago Exchange to make few trades. At 26, he got his first job as a code breaker at a US intelligence unit targeting old Soviet Russia. Simon learns a great lesson about hiring. Focus on creativity, ambition, and brain power rather than any specific expertise or education. In 1978, at the age of 40, he entered officially into the stock market. He wanted to conquer the stock market, something no one has ever done before. He named his first hedge fund Money Matrix, which combined two words, money and econometrics. In 1982, he named the company Renaissance Technologies, a name that it holds to this day. In 1988, Simon launched the Mendelian Fund. It is the fund that we talk about at the start of this video. Most successful hedge fund of all time in terms of return of capital. They also charged a lot. While other hedge funds were charging 2 for 20, that is 2% management fee of assets under management and 20% of the profit. They started by charging 5 for 20, increasing up to 5 for 44. But if you could give that type of return, these charges are still worth it. In 1990, Mendelian Fund hit its first year, surpassing 50% return. It went up to 77.8%. In 1993, Mendelian Fund was closed to an outside investor. It was only available to employees of Mendelian Fund and their friends and families. In 2000, Mendelian Fund hit its first year, surpassing 100% return. It went up to 128.1%. According to an employee, Mendelian goal is the following: scrutinize historic price information to discover sequence that might repeat, under the assumption that investor will exhibit similar behavior in the future. What type of behavior is that Mendelian can take advantage of? Well, it may never matter as long as the pattern repeat. But if we dive deep inside, we can realize that they may be resultant of human biases and misjudgment. Daniel Kahneman talks about this in his book Thinking Fast and Slow. Loss aversion. People hate losing more than they like winning. The ratio is 3:1. Anchoring. One's judgment is skewed based on the first piece of information offered, and the endowment effect. Individuals value an owned object higher, often irrationally, than its market value. On top of it, Simmons also made sure that they don't have data overflow. If you see a huge number of data, then they start to make sense in one way or the other. One can assume that ice cream sales are the reason for drowning of people. And yes, they match. They are directly proportional to each other. But ice cream doesn't kill anybody, nor people have a tradition of celebrating drowning by consuming ice cream.